According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, almost 45,000 people in the United States die every year by their own hand. That's a little over 121 people committing suicide every single day in this country. As if that isn't enough, for every successful suicide, there's another 25 failed suicide attempts. Suicide is now the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, but for whatever reason, some people still want to act like it doesn't happen. I don't know if it's the social stigma around depression or if it's just easier for people to turn a blind eye to it so that they don't even have to worry about it. But the fact of the matter is that depression is real, and that there are real people who are suffering with suicidal thoughts every single day, and it's time for us to finally do something about it. You know, when I was a teenager, I faced severe depression for 5 years, and to be honest, I didn't even know what depression was until I was considering killing myself. No one had taught me about it, and no one ever talked about it. It seemed as if depression was like this sickness, and when you would try to talk to someone about it, they'd shut down and just turn away. So when I was first starting to feel depressed, I felt as if I couldn't turn to anyone. I felt as if no one had time or even a desire to hear what I had to say. And it wasn't until after I attempted suicide that I began seeing a psychologist for my depression, because my parents didn't even know I was depressed. So then I kind of have to step back and ask myself, how many other kids went through the same ordeal, but they were successful with their attempt? How many lives could we have saved this far if there wasn't such a negative social stigma associated with depression? I struggled with self-mutilation, self-confidence, insomnia, anxiety, and I even tried to take my own life once. I wanted nothing more than to be happy, but I just couldn't. I had people all around me telling me to just turn it off. Just shut off your thoughts. I wish I could. In fact, I'd have done anything to be able to shut them off. But no matter where I turned, it was darkness. I lost my motivation, I quit playing sports, I checked out of my social circle. It was like everything that I had become over my first 15 years of life was gone. That entire part of me vanished, and I didn't know who I was or what I was supposed to do. And when I attempted suicide, it wasn't really that I wanted to die. In fact, I don't think anyone actually wants to die. We just want that agony that we feel to come to an end. But like every other person who's having suicidal thoughts, I didn't think about that. All I could think about was getting the pain to end. And after feeling like I had tried everything, the only option I saw was to get rid of it myself. Sure, I had people around me who loved me. Medical professionals that I saw weekly that said, you need some pharmaceuticals, you have depression. But what I really needed was someone who was like me. Someone who has endured the pain that I was going through. Someone that could tell me that no matter how bad I'm hurting right now, everything's going to be okay. And looking at how far I've come since that time, it's crazy to me. Because after that night, I still had suicidal thoughts. I still had the impulse to hurt myself. But I knew that wasn't what I wanted for my life. I had to focus on me. I had to learn that no matter how hard in life I'm trying, bad things are gonna happen. I had to learn what type of coping skills worked best for me. I had to learn how to communicate what I was feeling towards those around me instead of burying it inside of me. I had to learn how to process my emotions and understand them instead of letting them get the best of me. And once I began to focus on all of these things, well, that was when I began to see how beautiful life can truly be. So, you know, to anyone who sees this video that's struggling right now, please believe me when I tell you that it will get better. One day, your mind will be free, and that darkness that you see right now, it'll turn into the brightest rays of sunshine. And while you will never forget about the pain you went through, you will come out of it stronger than you've ever been before. So if you're like me when I was depressed, you've probably heard that millions of times. So why should you believe anything that I'm saying? You know, I'm not a doctor. I didn't get my PhD or any degree for that matter. I didn't study for years and years and pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a piece of paper that says that I can help people. The reason that you should believe in me is because I've been where you're standing right now. I've held that knife in my hand. I have hit my knees and I've prayed to whatever God there is to help me for just something to give. And to be honest with you, I know what it's like to not have anyone to turn to. I know what it's like to feel like you have to bury your emotions within you. But above all else, I know that what someone with depression needs most of all is just a friend who understands. My name's Tyler Abney. I'm the founder of the Freed Mind Speaks, and I stand up for suicide prevention. Do you?